It is the top brewery on Earth, at least by altitude. The Lhasa Brewery Company was set up in 1988 and produces its flagship Lhasa beer. It's sold in cans and bottles under the slogan "Beer from the Roof of the World." The Tiandi Green Beverage Development Company, based in the regional capital Lhasa, distributes the Lhasa beer.
Altogether, the beer production reached 140,000 tons last year, an increase of between 10 to 12% year on year. We are selling the beer not only in cities within Tibet, but also to other major cities across China.
He says that in the future, the company hopes to export the beer to other countries in Southeast Asia. It uses mainly Himalayan spring water, barley and yeast as ingredients. Around 30% of the malt content is derived from the huskless native Tibetan barley. This is it, the beer from the roof of the world. It has a clear, crisp and aromatic taste. The area around the town of Tianze in Tibet's south is known as the homeland of green barley and produces a high yield of the crop. The beer production in Tibet starts in fields like these ones behind me. This is green barley, and once it's ripe, it will be then sent to larger processing sites. The barley agriculture and brewery industry also help boost the local economy.
We very much welcome cooperation with processing industries such as breweries. One thing we are doing is conducting primary processing of the barley after harvesting. The products can then be sold to breweries and produce Lhasa green barley beer.
So far, Lhasa beer is the only Tibetan beer available, and the company is planning to export to new markets such as the United States and Europe. Analysts believe it has a sparkling future ahead.
Well, it would certainly stand out on the shelf outside of China, I think, right? And my understanding, it's the beer that is brewed at the highest altitude. And so if we look at other parts of the world and what's going on in beer, if you take the US, for example, craft beers, small beers are very important, a very important part of that market. And you can imagine a place where a consumer says, hey, I haven't tried Lhasa beer, but it sounds pretty cool, so I'll give it a shot. So there could be some interesting potential there.
It may take time to bring Tibetan beer to the pubs of London or New York. But in the meantime, when in Tibet, you have to drink like a local.